Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be ranking all three Venom movies, so let's not waste any time and let's get right into it. Coming in last place, it was a toss-up because the last two movies on this list I actually think are really bad, but I'm going to have to go with Venom Let There Be Carnage. Now the reason I chose this one to be last on the list is because I think the script is incredibly weak, and even though I think the script in the third movie is actually weaker, what they do with Carnage is completely garbage in this film. They completely wasted his potential. He's supposed to be the most disturbing, evil villain in all of Marvel, or at least one of them, and then they just completely throw him away at the end of this film. Now, the acting by the actress that plays Carnage's wife in the movie, I can't even remember what her name is some of the worst acting I've ever seen in a movie, and the entire time I was just cringing because of how bad I thought it was. The only thing that saves this movie for me is that some of the ideas are so out there that it's actually enjoyable because you can see how weird and dumb some of the decisions are, if that makes any sense. Tom Hardy, he's Tom Hardy, he's great, but Eddie's character doesn't do anything special in this film, and the relationship between him and Venom is tested just like at the most basic level, and they break up for a little bit. I thought that entire plot line was stupid, but then they get together immediately after just to go fight, and then the movie's over. Like, it just makes no sense. The movie's super fast. It has a lot of pacing issues, and I thought it was just horrible. Now, coming in second place is Venom: The Last Dance. And now, these movies I both gave the same score, which is a 3 out of 10. And if you guys watched my full review yesterday for Venom: The Last Dance, you would know that I thought the movie was a complete mess. It's bland, it's boring, there's no reason for it to exist. And the only good part was sometimes the relationship between Eddie and Venom was emotional and slightly enjoyable, but everything else was just slop. And this only really served as a way to get Null into the universe. Now, coming in at number one, easily is the first Venom. And while I don't think this movie is great either, it's so much better than the previous two on the list. And the reason for this is because this one actually has a story to it. The pacing may be super off and it rushes to the end super quickly, but at least there's some structure to the story and you are intrigued by the plot going on. Now, Riot is kind of a weak villain just because he has no motivation. There's no reason for him to be fighting Venom, but at least the movie just has a little bit of structure to it. I think the relationship between Venom and Eddie is really good in this film, and it only gets worse over time because I think this one is the start of everything, and it feels fresh, it feels new, and it's actually pretty funny at times. And I think the relationship between Eddie and Anne is also explored pretty well in here. Eddie's down on his luck and he needs to find a way to redeem himself, and I thought those qualities were actually pretty good with the film. The writing is still pretty poor, but this is the Venom universe. All the writing is bad, so you can't really expect to have any masterpieces, but that's definitely going to be number one. And that's been my ranking of all three Venom movies. I know it was a little bit shorter. I didn't want to ramble on for too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe.